Hi Sagittarius, welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a read for you and that other person, and or you and who, because it could be that other person could be another side of a situation. Doesn't have to be a person, it could be you and who. It could relate to a person, a significant other, a spouse, a person of interest, even a friend, family member, a child, or whatever, okay? So do note that, all right? If you're not in a relationship or you're not dating, this could be one side of a situation and another side of a situation that could relate to work, whatever the case may be, life, who knows, okay? So do keep that in mind. And feel free to reverse the messages as you see fit, because sometimes that happens and it tends to resonate the opposite way, all right? So note your comments below. This is going to be for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus signs, okay? If you'd like a personal read that can tap into your personal energies rather than the collective energies here, per se, then do go to theguidedintuitive.com up here and we'll get you set up, okay? All right, so let's continue this. Please continue to like, subscribes, and shares, and note your comments below. I do appreciate that. And thank you for all of you that have been booking the Beyond the Read sessions. We have been clearing out and slaying limiting beliefs. We've been slaying, negative emotions that are standing in the way of a relationship, of a situation, or even in life in terms of getting you to where you would like to be with less baggage, okay? It has been beautiful. It has been heartwarming, and I thank all of you. If you're interested and not sure what service would be best, a read, coaching, or the Beyond the Read session, then book the discovery session up here, and it's complimentary, and we'll get you set. But I will tell you that you don't want to book it unless you're going to show, okay? So I'm just saying, all right? The Guided Intuitive here, we both want to be efficient in our time, don't we? Just saying. So, but you'll note that, you'll see it up there. So I'm looking forward to meeting you. And if you are interested, do book that session, because it'll bring some clarity to you as to what service is going to provide the solution for you to get you on the path and living the life that you deserve, having the relationship that you deserve, or the career that you deserve, or even that business, okay? So do note that. All right, let's do this, all right? Let's see what wants to come out for you. I'm going to be using a plethora of cards here, so we're going to see what wants to, what insights we can get from all these different beautiful decks, all right? So let's see what's here. First, we're going to start with you, okay? First we're going to start with how you feel about them, okay? It is about you, but how you feel about them. Here it is, all right? What do we have? Fragments. Ooh, okay. So Sag, you're kind of like, whoa, right? Some of you are saying, speak to the hands. Some of you are saying, whoa, that's a little bit too much, or whoa, I don't think that's for me. So that could be for some of you, just saying. But here's the thing. This is about using your third eye, right? What's interesting is that she's using her keen perception. He or she, doesn't matter. It's about the energy, but this is about using the perception. And this is saying, hey, I'm using my perception. This is not feeling right for me, okay? This is not holding true for me, for some of you out there, okay? So this is saying sometimes we get fragments of things, and sometimes we make a decision based on a fragment when we're really not stepping back and looking at the whole picture. So in this relationship or in this situation, what this is talking about here is this is saying, hey, at this time, it probably would be a good idea to not just look at the fragments of something, take a wider stance, take a wider view, so you can make even a more broader, you have a broader kind of view, and then you can break it, you can kind of drill down to what happened and see how that really feels with you at that point. Sometimes it's about a different perspective, okay? So interesting enough, but yeah, that's exactly what I see here, is that you're kind of like, there's some sort of fragments of some sort that is kind of that's kind of made you want to stand back a little bit and not kind of move forward. Now keep in mind, this doesn't have to deal with the other person. This could be dealing with yourself right now. Fragments of our past that perhaps previously that have held us back in some way. We all have a past, and sometimes that you know, we don't have a perfect one. There's a lot of bumps there too. You know, we all go through that. But here's the thing. We all have inner stuff that we need to work on. But if we heal them, we can actually reach our full potential. Okay. So this is saying like, fear not. Maybe that there is a child ordeal, Sagittarius, that has come to light right now, and it's took you by surprise. Note your comments below, or in a relationship, or even in a situation, something has come to light that is making you take a step back. All right. And this is about, you know, drawing your own meaning from it. Okay. So this is saying is that really reflect on it. Hold your broken self in your own arms for a moment, and take a deep breath. Really, and know that there is a beautiful orbit of love that is around you and around the situation. Okay, so do note that, and because there's parts of yourself that a lot of times you have yet to realize. All right, and this is saying take time to get to know those parts about you. Maybe it's a particular someone. Take time to get to know that someone. Okay, and that's what this is talking about. Okay. So when you, it's like when you, beyond your thoughts is like this clear space, and this clear space is where you can actually see your true reflection if you look into a mirror, right? So what this is talking about is that see that you are beautiful, all of the shadow side and the light side, and love yourself as whole. You have nothing to prove. You have nothing to hide from anyone, you know, in this relationship or in this situation. So how you're feeling, how you feel about them, there's fragments that you might not like, but this is saying is that you have nothing to prove or to hide, and you are held in love. And this is saying is you're going to see your true reflection. All right. So, and it could be, like I said, some of you that might be, you know, recognizing some sort of pattern, some sort of belief that maybe has kind of held you back. Maybe you feel as maybe it kind of is broken your confidence a little bit. Kind of like maybe feeling a little bit. You know, it's about taking your story and transforming it. You know, and I think that is so key. So for those of you that are looking to take it a step deeper, do check out the discovery session up here above below. That will probably help you in terms of overcoming this and to get you on that path clearly in a very, with much more ease and much more light and clarity moving forward. I get a lot of comments that I get is like, oh my gosh, I feel so light. Oh my gosh, I feel so calm. I just feel like I've got a lot more energy to work with. So I think that is really key. So working with the fragments of this relationship, of the situation, or might have to do just with you internally. Let's take a look at the clarifying. Let's clarify this with the tarot and see what wants to come out. So how you feel about them, how you feel about them. You see them as getting some sort of recognition. You see like others are looking at them. All right, you see, it could be that you might be dealing with a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, or Venus with the wands there, but it's that fire type energy. You see them as being very successful. You see them as being very recognized in their world, or in you know, within, as it pertains to a situation. Okay, so they've got a wreath of success. They're taking a step back right now. It looks like how you see them is they're getting the rest that they need to focus on one thing at a time. This is about getting the stability. The Four of Swords, you know, could be them taking on this energy, or you see them as, or you're taking on this energy, getting the rest that you need. But I think you see them as kind of using their higher power, but focusing on one thing at a time to gain their stability, but getting some rest after receiving some sort of recognition of maybe some sort of fragment in their life, or something that that they've done well. You know, maybe they've overcome that. So it could very much well be the case. So let's take a look at how they feel about you, Sag, okay? Let's see how they feel about you. Let's see what wants to come out. Here we go. What is that? Context. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Let me take a look at this card because this is a little different. So this just tells me that it's almost as if it's like to put things in context. All right. So this is about some sort of transformation of some sort that is taking place. They see you as putting things into context in your life or in the relationship or in the situation. They see you as transforming, of getting some sort of mental clarity. That's that dragonfly, right? Giving you the wings in terms of your communication, giving you the wings in life to transform. It's like this higher spiritual learning, a greater that now it's developing into a lot of mature transformation, mature knowing, insight. But the context tells me is that don't just take a fly-by-night comment. Really look at things from a broader perspective. And that's very much the way that I kind of saw about this card on how they feel about you, and on how you feel about them. But this is how they feel about you, is that they see you as putting things in context, right? In terms of your transformation into this beautiful, beautiful, colorful, grounded, type energy. This really leads to a lot of growth. There's a lot of spiritual maturization, a lot of growth that is taking place in this relationship or in this situation. But it's being transformed, okay? The dragonfly actually represents that, which is really quite beautiful. And that's exactly what I see here. So very, very nice. So they see you as putting things in context, okay? In terms of the relationship, in terms of the situation, something of the sort. That's what I see here. So very, very beautiful. A lot of red that just talks about being grounded, self-realization. They see you going through some self-realization, right? Transforming self-realization, mental and emotional spirituality, and really understanding the deeper meaning of life. Okay, and it's just beautiful. That's really a beautiful thing for them to acknowledge. Let's see what else, how they view you, context. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What is it? Here it is. Wow, Sag, they see you as a star. Interesting. Okay, could be that you might have the Aquarius in, or Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Well, could, yeah, one of the in your birth chart somewhere. But they see you as really healing, this beautiful transformational healing that is taking place. This is balancing of all the chakras and also being protected and following your North Star in terms of your progress, in terms of your healing. This is beautiful. Very, very beautiful. This is a major arcana card. So when I see this, it just tells me that, man, there's some sort of renewal that's happening in this relationship or in this situation. So they think a renewal in you, a big change. This is beautiful. Love to see this. Well, let's see what you make together. What is it that you make together? Okay, what is it you make together? Let's see what that is. Magnetism. Whoa, this is beautiful. These two birds coming together, and like they come together, it's like, whoa, there's magnetism. It could be a attracting of the opposites, okay, in some way, and learning from each other, right? Opposites can sometimes teach us something. So in a relationship or in a situation, if they're opposite, sometimes you learn something about yourself in that process, whether it's to be patient, you're just being tested, right? But there is a major magnetism and attraction here, all right? So they do feel that you're magnetic, together, what you make together is quite magnetic, okay? This is like two little lovebirds coming together. It's like when they come together, it's like combustion, but at the same time, it's very attractive, and that's what I see. So note your comments below. Let's clarify that with the tarot and see what wants to come out. This is beautiful. Yeah, really, really beautiful. Using your magnetism, it's about, kind of growing with each other, growing apart, but then also growing together. But there is a lot of light and a lot of electricity that brings you two together, that sparks the passion. Magnetism, King of Swords. So again, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or one of you are taking on this energy. But yeah, that's exactly what I get. The King of Swords is all about authority. And this is about, clear thinking, being very intellectual in the process, right? This is someone that is all about communication. He's wearing the blue robe, and I think this is about communication to me. They sit at the throne because they've got some sort of authority in communications, or in their communications. And, it's kind of like this purple cloak, which just tells me that they are connected with the universe and with the divine. They are very confident in the decisions that they make. and you know, they look at things very, very closely. They're very, very clear thinking, and focus on you know, on the intellect in the process. So so one of you or both of you might be taking this on, or the other person might be taking this on. What else? The Emperor and the Queen and the King of Swords. One of you might be taking on the Emperor energy, which is very organized, right? Very, very, the Emperor is a major arcana card. This tells me about structure, you know, solidity, right? Yeah, so this is, yeah, that's what I actually see here. So it could be the Emperor, maybe you're dealing with an Aries of some sort as well. Could be, you know, so one of you might be taking on the energy, but there's a lot of I can see how the magnetism could be like that. So this is quite interesting. Yeah. Very, very interesting. And anything else of what you bring together? Magnetism and all of that. What else? Blessings, right? Very beautiful blessings. This is a beautiful card. So together, look as you create this beautiful artwork together. So there is some beautiful magnetism. And what's so beautiful is that it's truly stemming. Look at, can there be any more magnetism here? Look at this. Blessings. So note your comments below. But that's exactly what I'm seeing here, which is quite beautiful. So together, you're kind of bringing that in, and it's all about, you know, the gifts of every situation. You know, there's gifts in every situation, and find the gifts in every situation and find the outcome. So this is beautiful. So let's continue and see, what is it that you need to know about them? What is it that you need to know about them? Let's see what this is, Sag. What is it that you need to know about them? Let's see. Core. That at their core essence, why did I say, yeah, it's like I feel like at the core essence that, I'm sorry guys, but Capricorn came up to me right away, and I don't know why. But I'm going to say that for some of you. Okay, that's it. That's all I'll say about it. But it came up to me. But this is something about their core essence of who they are. I think that, you know, what you need to know about them is you really bring a lot of fire to their heart, and you know, to their body. It's kind of like you blow their mind in some way, shape, or form. So it's really quite beautiful. There's a lot of passion here that also is kind of displaying here, and there is probably a connection together that you both have with the divine. They do feel that there is some sort of maybe their core essence is that they feel a lot of love and a lot of light from you, right? And there is also the core of the situation is coming up, right? And so I think it's allowing them to get some divine guidance from the universe from this, okay? So they can speak what it is that they want to do in terms of moving forward. But what you need to know most about them is that that the closer they get to the truth, the hotter the reaction, okay? So this might be wealth, relationships, status, control, or anything of the sort. So really get to the core issue of things, right? You know, if there's a red flag that maybe seems to come, get to the core issue of it, you know what I mean, in this relationship or situation. Yeah, so that's what this is saying, okay? You have a strong sense of they have a strong, like, it's almost as if that they have a strong sense of what their heart wants to say, what their heart wants to say here. And you can get that from them by observing their actions, okay? Their interactions with the world around them, okay? You get you kind of get to the core of a person, or get to know them by how they deal with those around them too. I think that's really big too, okay? So, you know, this is saying whatever's happening internally within them, it's creating a lot of pressure that it's gonna blow. So I think what's happening is they're getting in control of what that is for them. And what you need to know most about that is they're getting clear on that, okay? And they're trying to get to understand that, all right? So if I pull, let me just pull, let me pull a tarot on this one, see what else wants to come out on what you need to know most about them. The core, what else? What else do you need to know most about them? Wow, is that they're searching for calmer waters. They want calmer waters. They don't want overboil, so to speak. What they want is calmer waters, that they're moving to calmer waters in the relationship or in the situation, or just internally themselves. They're calming their waters internally there. It's a six is about changes. So making changes, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius type energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Let me see what else. Yeah, I think they're clearing things out. It could have to do with work or just the work that they put into something. And this is the 8th, which is about growth. So they're growing. They get into calmer waters and they're growing out of this. 8s are about change. So especially as it relates, even to the Pentacles. Okay. So this is beautiful. Yeah. I mean, this is about, they could be getting, going to work, getting a lot of education, getting training, in that type of thing, right? And they're really engaged into something, putting in the work that it needs, maybe to go through this process or understand what they're going through, kind of to understand what it is that is really is the core issue of their situation and how it's affecting the relationship or situation. So yeah, so hence discovery session for the Beyond the Read. That's really key there too. But yeah, that's what I see here. Wow. Let's take a look at what the blocks and the difficulties. The blocks and the difficulties in this situation. Blocks and difficulties. What is that? Here it is. Dependability. So being able, or are they being dependable? Are you being dependable? Are you being dependable to each other? Okay, so there we go. That's what comes into play. Okay, so if you're looking for dependability, then be someone that can be depended on. Okay, that's what this is talking about. All right, and this is two people coming together. Okay, so it could be in the relationship or in a situation, but dependability is really, really key. Because it brings joy. It's about working together for a greater goal, right? And to achieve something greater than yourselves. Being each be able to depend on their own, on their own, and being able to depend upon themselves, but then coming together can really make something very much real bloom. I'm going to clarify that. What else wants to come through for this dependability? What else wants to come through for this? King of Cups. Wow, you could have a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This person's really balanced in their emotions, right? They're known for that, right? The Kings are about having authority and just being very emotionally balanced, all right? So maybe in this situation, being dependable and balancing your emotions brings a lot more dependability to the relationship or situation, okay? Anything else that wants to come through in terms of the blockage or the difficulties, being dependable with each other, right? And then also, yeah, it's like being enlightened. It's being enlightened because the Hangman came up on the upside down, and I always make the cards all upright before I actually do any sort of read and clear it. But this is saying is that enlightenment's already been, you've already looked at the different perspectives, right? And so I think that I think you've really been enlightened, just automatically, in this situation. The Hangman is just having some sort of introspective as it pertains to the emotions, to be dependable, right? So being grounded in that. Anything else that wants to come through? I get the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, this is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo type energy. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or someone's taking this on, but this is really about feeling very wealthy, being very very happy with what they have achieved in terms of their environment. Okay, the 9s are coming to fruition, so it's being very full of gratitude, living in luxury. There's doing very, very well. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing coming through, being dependable in your own lives and coming together and really creating that wealth. But this is a single woman kind of type energy, so you might want to check that out, guys. Maybe you've been some sort of enlightenment, balanced out your emotions, and that type of thing in terms of the blockages, and made some decisions. Let's take a look at the best way forward. What's the best way forward in this relationship or situation? Best way forward. What is that? Here it is. Wow. I almost feel that you might be pulling back. You might be pulling back from this relationship or situation. Something's holding you back. There's some sort of absence. You or the other person. So this is about the best way forward is to, it's kind of like this absence, this time and space between you guys. If you are kind of away from each other, is to get grounded in your heart. or someone could be taken, because the horse is about freedom and the heart is right there. It's like someone wants freedom of the heart, um, and really wants that, but things are hidden. So the hoofs of this horse is kind of embedded in a little bit. It's almost like they're stuck in its fiction. They can't gallop, and kind of there's not a lot of freedom of the heart because things are being blocked. Something's being hidden. So that's what I'm getting from here, from absence. So you might live far away from this person. You might not be together at this time, but know that this absence is because things aren't things at this time aren't fully revealed at this particular moment. And I also see that in this relationship or in this situation, don't wear any sort of mask or because you can be fully present, be fully present in the situation. Put your energy in what it is that you do want, and then really let it go as to how things are going to happen. Okay, so maybe you have something that you're very interested in that's very heart-centered, and you want to move around and have the freedom to move, but this is saying some things are hidden, and this is saying that's okay. Focus on your desire to what it is that you want, and continue to move forward and put your energy on what it is that you do want. Okay, but at first, what it wants you to do first, it wants you to relax. It does want you to have some rest. It's like you're taking some sort of rest, like a meditation of some sort. Okay, it's what I see here. How interesting! It's like this inward journey that's illuminating you, and you're getting, some insights from that. Okay, and that's what it's saying. So when you're ready, and once you're rested and healed, you can actually go out and to have that freedom of the heart once again and start galloping away. So it could be that in an internal, that you feel your heart is kind of blocked from the freedom of the desire to do what it is that you want. So note your comments below, guys, but that's what I get. If I pull upon the soul trees on this, what else is going to help you in this? What is it? Sacred. So yeah, this is really beautiful. So the sacred tells me that this is something about like this, you're recognizing and honoring your sacred life, you yourself. And it's all about, it's about divine spirituality, being pure. And I really think you're taking that sacred time and sacred rest, to find out what that is for you. And kind of like your best way to move forward. Meditate on the process. Anything else that can help you with this? Anything else? What is it? Collaborate with others, or collaborate with the other person to come together to make this thing grow. This is beautiful, collaborating together. And this is all forms of communication, because that's that blue is that throat chakra. Anything else that wants to come through? What is it? Center yourself. Okay, hence the meditation aspect of it, right? So centering yourself is going to be key. Yeah, this is about really focus, meditate, and ground yourself. Okay, it's going to be very, very key. And any other last minute advice overall on the best way forward? A resolution is at hand, so don't worry, my friend, okay? Seek to find resolution to the situation, and all will come in a bountiful way for you. This is so beautiful. Yeah, it's like the resolution to a situation, whatever that is. But yeah, I really feel that, there's tension in peace. And as conflicts arise, just know that a resolution is well on its way. And peace is an ability. It's not, a state of being. It's an ability, to make peace in your world. Okay. And that's what this is saying. Release the need for power, control, and domination in this relationship or situation. Okay. And live in peace. And be courageous in your desire to give and to seek love. All right. There's going to be a resolution at hand, guys, so don't worry about it. So I hope this resonates with you in some way, shape, or form, and I'll see you next time in the month of December. And until then, namaste.